Alright, so we're back today and we're going over the top 5 reasons not to file a lawsuit. Today we're going to be looking at reason number 4, to avoid an obligation. Hi, my name is Peter Lamont. I'm a business attorney and the host of UTL Radio, and we are involved in a 5-part video series talking about the top 5 reasons not to file a lawsuit. And today we're on number 4, which is to avoid an obligation. Now, oftentimes somebody will have a bill, a debt, a contract, whatever it might be, and somebody gives them the suggestion or the idea that if they file a lawsuit, maybe they can make the obligation go away, or they could avoid having to pay. This happens a lot of times with contracts, especially things like a lease, maybe a commercial lease or a tenant residential lease, where perhaps you have a tenant who decides that for whatever reason they want to get out of the contract. And so what they do is they will look through all the possible reasons that they might have to get out of the lease. For example, the landlord failed to make repairs numerous times, or there's a lot of noise and the landlord won't do anything for them. And they file a lawsuit, they hire a lawyer, or they do it themselves, file a lawsuit, and they say that they want out of the lease because of these issues. Now, one thing I need to highlight here is that there are times when you legitimately might need to file a lawsuit to protect your rights. But I'm talking about situations where things are not really bad and they don't rise to a level of creating a cause of action. I'm talking about when somebody manufactures a cause of action to avoid having to fulfill an obligation. Often you see this with commercial contracts where somebody has shipped something to you, and for whatever reason that company has decided that they don't like the product, they don't want the product. So you'll see them file a lawsuit saying that the products were damaged or destroyed in shipping, or that they weren't what they were advertised to be. Now, why would you not want to file a lawsuit to avoid an obligation? There's a few reasons. First of all, you need to have a good faith basis for filing a lawsuit in any state. And if you don't, ultimately, somebody's going to find out that you cannot prove your claim and you're going to lose. The other reason is because of counterclaims. So let's go back to the example where the tenant, let's say it's a residential tenant, wants to get out of their lease. There's no real good reason why they should be allowed out of their lease. The landlord's not really breaching any duties and they really should fulfill the terms of the contract, but they want to get out. So they file this lawsuit and they say that the landlord's not making repairs and there's noise. Now the landlord is going to, in most cases, sue you back, file a counterclaim, and sue you back for the money that you owe on the lease. And it could be like, let's say you're trying to get out and you've got 6 months left on the lease. That landlord might sue you and in his counterclaim ask for that 6 months because it's an anticipatory breach of contract. So the real important reason, at least for most people, why you would not want to file a lawsuit to avoid an obligation is fear of the counterclaim, because that's going to accelerate your obligations and bring it to the forefront. And if the person who files the counterclaim hits on it, you're going to have a judgment against you. So while there are some times when you need to protect your rights and file a lawsuit, filing a lawsuit simply to avoid an obligation, and this extends into credit card debt and other payments that you might need to make to people. There are other alternatives to help you if you have a problem, but don't file a lawsuit to avoid an obligation, because you will get hit with a counterclaim and you're going to make your life much, much worse. Now, if you have questions about this topic, please feel free to give me a call at 973-949-3770 or send me an email at plamont@peterlamontesq.com. and stay with us during this series because we're going to be talking next time about the top 3 reasons out of the 5 that we're looking at not to file a lawsuit. Now, if you like this video, please do me a favor, leave me a comment below, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate hearing from you guys, and look forward to your comments. So please feel free to do that. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, and that way you get notified when new videos come up. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you're finding this series helpful. We will be back with reason number 3 next time. See you soon.